Are you a plus size apple shape and struggling with what to wear on a date night? Then this video is for you. My name is Marleen and I'm a personal stylist, but most importantly, I'm a fellow apple shape. But I personally find that date night is a little bit of a tricky one because I want to be dressed and I want to look good. I want to obviously feel confident. I want to hide my tummy, but I also don't want to be overdressed or underdressed. So I always struggle with date night outfits. And of course, my husband will tell me, wear whatever you want, you look beautiful no matter what. But I want to feel amazing in the outfits. So for today's video, we are going to tackle this problem together. I am going to show you 5 outfits. I'm going to talk you through the outfits and why they work for us apple shapes. And please remember, I'm just using pieces that I have in my wardrobe already, but I want you to take the elements from the outfits that I share with you and apply them to your own wardrobe. Go and play around with the pieces. This is more so the formulas of how to create the outfits rather than just giving you new bits for you to go out and buy, all right? Because we don't need to buy new clothes all the time. We just need to use what we have in our wardrobe. But 5 perfect outfits for apple shape for date nights. Let's get stuck into it. I love myself a good dress on a date night. And what I love the most about the dress I have chosen for our first outfit is the fact that I'm quite covered. My chest is covered, my arms are covered, it is higher in the neckline. Yet we still have the fun element of the big gems. They're just plastic, but I just think they're so much fun. We have a good power shoulder and I've teamed it with a red little handbag. But what I love the most about this dress is that it's quite short. This dress really stands out because of the length of it. But us apple shapes have amazing legs and sometimes it's fun just to let the legs do the talking. Remember, your eye when looking at an outfit is going to fall where it's light and bright and where there's bling, and then it's going to go to where there's patterns. So for this outfit, because the dress is black, your eyes are going to fall on my legs first, giving the legs a chance to shine. Now, because the dress is black and us apple shapes are top heavy, it is a fitted dress. It does sit snug to the body, not uncomfortably. It is sewn in at the waistline, so it still gives me that illusion of a waist. We do have a slight A-line skirt to it, which in turn will help disguise the tummy. Now, if this had been a bigger and oversized, more flowy dress, I would have looked well out of balance. But I have also used another element, and that is that I have grounded the outfit with a matching black shoe. This is patent leathers, so it has that shininess to the shoe. We have the strap over the foot, which again is a different element to the shoe, and then it has a sparkling gold heel to it. So it just helps ground your outfit. It adds that element of bling into it with the shine of the gold and shine of the patent leather. And that is the key element here. Now, one thing I should mention with a dress that has the high neck, I would put my hair up in a high ponytail and maybe even a stronger lip. But the whole point here is find a dress that sits a little bit snug to the body, allow it to be shorter. You can always wear a pair of shorts underneath just for modesty if you're worried about it. But let those legs shine because apple shapes have fantastic legs. And this dress, I think it's still available. It's one of my favorite in my wardrobe. And I will, of course, link it in the description box if it's still available. The hair went up because I needed it up for this outfit as well. But you have seen me in jeans, a top and a blazer a million times, right? So why am I pulling this out for date night? I am pulling this out because not only is this my style uniform, this is the outfit that I feel the very most confident and comfortable in. Normally I would wear a belt, but there's a reason why I'm not wearing a belt. So I'm thinking that my everyday outfits, pieces that we have in our wardrobe already, how can we elevate them to make them date night appropriate? And I'm wearing a red blazer. I have my usual jeans on, and normally I would just have a loafer on as well. But I'm thinking for date night, I want to add a heel, and I'm going for a bright red heel. It's very similar in color to the jacket, and adding that little heel, even though I don't wear heels on an everyday basis, it'll simply just elevate the outfit that little bit, and immediately that just looks very, very stylish and put together. You have also seen me add a belt to an outfit a million times. Now, I promise you in real life, these two reds are actually very, very similar. For some reason, the belt is just shining up a lot brighter, but the two are actually very, very similar and just kind of melts together. But I want to add the belt on top of the blazer because it'll give me a little bit more definition. Where did you go? There you are. Right, so that'll give me a little bit more waist definition. And already the outfit is looking a lot more put together. Now, the key component here is going to be the accessories. As you know, I'm an earring person, so I would go, if I was going for an earring, I would find something that is really, really big and really would stand out. We can go with something with dangling and pearls in it. Can you see that? They'll really add to the outfit. A flower earring is a little bit smaller. I actually like the other ones better. Or something square, very elegant. I went and I got two necklaces, and this one is an old one I got from H&M, and it's like a teardrop hanging, but it's like a stuck. It doesn't move, this necklace. It just sits on you like such. And I think that looks very, very elegant, and it also leaves my neckline open. So that's one way we could do it, and I could still play with an earring. But this option, this is where I really want to go. Now, I don't know if I can manage to close this by myself because I have nails on, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. Now, this necklace is very, very out of my comfort zone, and it's very, very different from anything I would normally wear. I have kept the earrings small to go with it because I don't want to overdo it. And this necklace will really, really draw attention to the outfit. It'll still kind of blend in. And I know a lot of you are going to say, but Marleen, that's a high neck on an apple shape. I know, but just because we're apple shapes does not mean to say we are limited to wearing something specific. We are allowed to play around with different silhouettes. I would add a really red lip to this as well, actually. But this is the outfit. Oh, I need a handbag. And for handbag, I'm going gold as well, because I really want this to shine. This is my finished look. Again, as I said, this is me working with the pieces I wear on an everyday basis. Working with the pieces that I have, I am just elevating it. And obviously adding the heel, the bright red heel, which is not something I wear on an everyday basis. Wearing the sparkly handbag, the belt that really cinches in my waist, and then adding this real power necklace. I think this is why this outfit works. It may not be for everyone, and that's absolutely okay. I have more suggestions coming up, but this is a very, very easy date night outfit, and I would feel very comfortable with this in a social gathering, but equally going on to the cinema or for a dinner date or something like that. So that is outfit number 2. I really, really love it. Very, very different with the necklace, but I think it's fun to play around with the different elements that I may not wear on an everyday basis. My third outfit is the more elegant option. I have gone for a satin blouse with a midi skirt. The skirt does have a little slit down the front, which once again allows the pins to peek out. But this skirt is quite a straight skirt. Now, because it is straight, it still hides the tummy, but it does have the downside to it that it can make us look very, very boxy. So if you love a straight skirt like I do, make sure you define that waist. And in this outfit, I have done that by the contrast between the satin white and the stark, more muted black. All right, I have also added a handbag that has a bit of texture to it, like a croc design, and then the satin top has the pearl around the neckline, which I have mimicked in the pearl earrings and the pearl bracelets. So all the details kind of tied together, making this a very, very elegant outfit. Again, I am still fully covered, but it's very chic, it's very appropriate, and this is one of those outfits I can have hanging in my wardrobe in 10 years time and still wear. And equally, I could have pulled this out of my wardrobe from 10 years ago and it would still work today, and that's what I love about it. Now, the elegance in this, as I said, comes from the material. It's the fact that it's satin and pearl. The two are, in my opinion, always elevate, especially when done well. And then I have the waist defined because of the colors. And then again, I have the little black shoe, the black handbag, just to ground the outfit. But consider playing around with the different materials that you have in your wardrobe. And don't be scared of wearing something like a glitter top or glitter trousers on a night out or on a date night. Life really is that special occasion, and no pieces should be saved for best. So, but yeah, that's the elegant option. A third option for date night now. I really, really love it. Okay, this outfit is a little bit more trend-led, should I say. I wouldn't say it's a trend, but it's definitely very different for me. Now, I'm wearing my wide leg trousers, but I'll hold back on them for a minute. But the key of those is the fact we have this faux leather band going over the tummy. Now, when I bought these, I'm not going to lie to you, I was like, is that just going to accentuate my tummy? But the thing is, because they're wide leg, there is no tummy. They do call attention to my tummy, but at the same time, they're pulling in at the waist and have the wide leg. However, the reason I haven't pulled back is because these trousers, they actually come with a button down the bottom that I can tie them in and cinch them into a tapered pair of trousers. And the problem with normal tapered pair of trousers is the fact that there's not enough fabric. The fact that these are wide leg, they hide my tummy, and I can play around with the legs. Let me undo the button so you can see. There's just a little button down here. I open that and I have my usual wide leg trousers. And even with the wide leg trousers, it looks fantastic. Again, I'm playing around with pieces that I have in my wardrobe, and I've really had fun with the accessories, which is very, very different for me. I'm wearing my usual turtleneck. You've seen it a million times. Fine knit, H&M. But I have added a necklace. This necklace is a little metal thing. It's like the one with the teardrop on before. It's like a metal rod kind of thing. And then you have the pearls hanging down in strands here in the front. It's just very, very different. Because we have the turtleneck, I then added a bold earring. I've had these in my wardrobe for years. It's like a little painting, a big, massive gem that I used to find in my kids' craft box, right? But they are a real statement piece, and that's what I want this to be all about. I've added a little clutch handbag, black handbag, and again grounded the outfit with a little black pair of pumps. And then I suppose it's just up to yourself whether or not you want the wide leg or the tapered leg. I kind of like both, but probably would feel more confident in the wide leg, so maybe we should keep them open. Now, I purposely have not added a belt to this outfit because I want the definition to be there at the waist without adding too much attention. I don't want to bring more attention to the tummy area because we already have the faux leather band there. It's just very, very different, not only the accessories, but also the trousers. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've had them for a couple of months now, and I still haven't worn them. I am a little bit scared of them, but I actually think here for a date night outfit, these could be fantastic. They are lighter in the color, obviously, than the black, so the attention goes to the trousers before they go. Your eye go to the rest of the outfit, but then you land then on the accessories, which are then pulling the eye up. Very, very different. And I think actually with all these outfits, a bold red lip could have been fantastic with them all. But do not be afraid to play around with your hair, your makeup and accessories and stuff like that. Now, as I said, and I'm repeating myself here, this is all pieces that I already had in my wardrobe that are part of my everyday wardrobe. I have simply just added some of the more quirky elements to it with the different accessories, which are very, very out of my comfort zone. Again, a great date night outfit, just something that really stands out, a little bit different. My last outfit is more of an all-day outfit or more of a day to night kind of outfit. I know it's annoying that it's in black, but I'm just using the pieces that I have, and I just happen to have this dress in black. But I'm starting out with a plain and simple knitted jumper. This is one from H&M, well worn. You've seen it here a million times in many different colors, but it's just an everyday sweater. But I have added it on top of a satin lace dress, and that is the key here, because once again I'm playing around with the elements of the different fabrics. Now again, there is no tummy in sight because the dress has a great fit. I'll show the dress to you in a minute. It just skims beautifully over my tummy, but I am comfortable and I could wear this all day. Now you may want to swap the heel for a flat, but you could go for a pointed little flat instead if you prefer. I just personally love my heel. I'm also wearing my everyday handbag, which is a little bit bigger. I didn't go for the little clutch bag because I'm thinking if I'm out, I might just want to have a change of shoe in here as well, maybe a little scarf. Now for jewelry, again, I've kept it minimal, but I have added a little blingy black kind of earring just to tie it together. And then I'm just wearing my everyday rings. But the beauty here when I take off the jumper is the little satin slip dress. And I know straight up some of you are going to say, Marleen, that looks like a nightie, and that's absolutely okay. If it's not for you, pick a dress that works for you instead. This is just what I have. But this dress is absolutely stunning, and I could easily take the jumper and put it over my shoulders if I needed it. So there are several ways that I could wear this during the day. If I'm out and about, you could simply just tie the jumper around your waist as well. So there are several ways that you could wear this dress, but what I love the most about this kind of a dress is they just skim beautifully over the body. There is no tummy in sight. There is no lumps and bumps or anything like that on display. It is a very, very simple, easy dress to get. So do have a look in your wardrobe and see if you have pieces in there that can be taken from day to night. Very, very easy if you have an all-day date night going on. But that is all the outfits that I have for you for today. I hope, if nothing else, that you've been able to take some of the elements of the outfits and go in and apply them to the pieces that you have in your wardrobe. This is not, as I said earlier on, about going out buying a whole load of new stuff. stuff. This is simply about making the most of the pieces that we have in our wardrobe, and I hope I've given you some outfit inspiration. But that is it for today. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much. That is how you're helping my channel. Will you do me one last favor and leave me a black heart in the comments? The hearts are simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.